Hi everyone, welcome to a very special video. First off, this is my desktop. Kind of boring, right? Well, yeah, it is. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through how to basically set up a Square Enix account, but pretending that we're living in Japan so that you guys can try the Dragon Quest X trial. And from there I'm going to show you guys how you can actually go about playing the real game if you so desire later on. But the trial is open up to everybody. So let's begin. There are a couple of very important things that you guys are going to need to do right away. So the first thing you want to do is go to this site. Basically, here you go. You see it's secure.squareenix.com, and if I press enter here, it'll automatically fill in all the rest, okay? This is the very first thing you're going to want to do. But before you do anything else, you're also going to want to open a Gmail account or some other whatever you want to call it, email account. This is a BS one I just made up here, so I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm not going to block this out. If you guys see it, who cares? Because I just made it up. It's all BS. The next thing you're going to want to do is open another tab and type katakana in Google, and it will bring up this. Let me just show you. All I did was I typed in katakana, I went down to where it says real kana. And the reason for this is we are going to highlight these and copy them, if necessary, into our Japanese account. But we'll get to that in a sec. The next thing you're going to want to do is Google search something like this. We want a hotel in Japan. This is the address of it. Okay, and we're going to need this, the prefecture. And we're going to need the zip code and all that jazz. So we're going to need this sort of thing. So by all means, go ahead and copy this exact one if you want. What I was doing over here was I opened up the Tokyo prefecture, because I'm going to need that. I'm going to need the kanji for Tokyo. And unless you're Japanese, that's going to be really hard to get. So I believe we're okay. Now I haven't done this in a very long time, so we're gonna see how things go. So very first thing you're gonna want to do here is you're gonna want to go, like I say, to this. Make sure you have all these different tabs open and ready to go. So you're gonna go down here to this big blue button, Square Enix account, register new account. Click on that. Then click on Japan, and then click on OK. Now everything is going to be in Japanese. Now do keep in mind one thing. If you're using Chrome, this happens to be Firefox, but if you're using Chrome, you can get all of this translated for you. But I'm just going to leave it like this because this is the most complicated way of getting it done. So you can scroll down if you want. This is the user agreement. You see this little box here, make sure you click that and then click this. Now what it's asking you is for your email account, and you want to write it twice. So I've got this new one I just created here, which is dqtest, what was it? 1112 at gmail.com. That's dqtest1112 at gmail.com. Now most people be, oh no, you can't see this, but I'm doing it on purpose. So type this in, JHONEYO. Alright, click here. Alright, now they're basically, I should get an email letting us know what's going on here. This is odd. I'm trying to maybe it could be in spam. No spam. Ah, here we go. Alright, fine. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so what you want to look for is the one that says Secure Square Enix da 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 da. Click on that. and here we go. Now I'm going to delete this pre-existing tab, and I'm going to move this one over so we're all in order here. Okay, so the very first one here is going to be your Square Enix account. So I'm going to just label it exactly what I did the other one. DQ test 1112. All right. And I'm going to do a check to see. Seriously, it's not available? Hold on. Oh, it was available. Okay, sorry about that. My Japanese is god-awful lately. Okay, so that's confirming that it is okay. So there you go. Next up is our password, and then password again, and then it's the birthday. So the password, I don't know, I'll make something up. Alright, and the birthday we're just going to say is, whatever, 1111 essentially. Okay, and then we will continue. Okay, so then this is your confirmation that everything you did is legitimate. So I'm going to say yes, continue. And then we're down here again, we're going to say next. Now we're going to have to set up our actual account very, very soon. We're going to have to agree with more terms and conditions. We're basically selling our soul. Okay, this is what I was telling you. This is why you need all the other information. Okay, so this is important here. We need to first say, are you a male or female? Well, I'm a male. And now we're going to have our last name and our first name. And we need to do it in katakana. So you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name myself, just going to do this. I'm going to name myself, oh, damn it. I'm going to be Aka. And it doesn't even matter because this is all BS. So I'm just going to do this. I have the same first and last name, and away we go. Okay, now I need to enter the postal code. So we're going to go to the Grand Hotel here, and it's 108 dash, what is it? 8612. 8612, and if we fill this in, it tells us that this isn't legit. Why is it not legit? This will... Okay, that's really odd, but anyways, that is the... Yeah, that is it. Very odd. Anyways, what this is asking is what state is it, and we know that the state is, well, the prefecture is Tokyo, so we want to see that. And we're not going to... Oh, this is going to be hard for me to see given the current setup I'm in. Where are you? Hold on. Well, it's good. We're practicing this together. Okay. No, we need to find out what this is. What is the... Okay, there it is. You see? It's good to sometimes make mistakes. So that's exactly what we're looking for, is these three symbols we're looking for on this. It's odd about this, though. So that's what we're looking for. Well, it's close, but no cigar. Okay, that's really odd. I do not see it. Because the problem is, if you don't do this right, you're going to get all kinds of errors, because essentially the postal code has to match the what's called the, okay, boy, my English is gone here. The postal code has to match the prefecture, and if it doesn't, well, then you're kind of screwed. And I lost where the other one was. Yeah, because that is not the same, but whatever. Let's see what happens here. All right, we're going to fudge through this ourselves. And I'm pretty sure we will not be able to just do this, because I'm pretty sure it cannot be in English. Because that's the city name it's looking for. Then it wants the street address, which for us, whoops, was this. But I'm pretty sure this is going to give us an error. Okay, this is interesting. And if you don't know, by the way, as you go through this, if you're lost, you can always just do this. Just hit up Google Translate. See, address has not been entered correctly. Please, blah, blah, blah. But you don't really need... Whoops. I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. The street address was... What was it? 313.1. Unless I just leave it like this. Okay. Well, guys, that was it. Okay, so you saw the way I did it. It was good enough. Copy exactly what I've done here is good enough. Click here. You just have to get it to the next page, which is right here. You finalize it, and you're done. You're in. Good enough. We had a little bit of trouble with the address, but it doesn't really matter. So now you write in your name here, which was DQ test 1112. Put in my password and connect. And voila, we are inside. That is essentially how you set up a Square Enix account in Japan. So this is a real Japanese account. What I can do now is I can go here. I can add Krista. Now, unfortunately, you won't be able to add any of this because you need a Japanese credit card. However, see this one down here, Web Money? If I were to click that, go next, and enter in the code, I can convert Web Money into Krista. And then from Krista, I can then go ahead and enter, well, pretty much my subscriptions and whatnot. And I don't know why I'm clicking any of this. Anyways, so that's how you set up a Square Enix account. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is how you actually go about downloading the trial now that you have your Japanese Square Enix account. Alright, you've got your Square Enix account. You're all set to go through and download the trial. So this is my Square Enix account, but we're going to actually head on over to this URL you see right here. Go to that URL and scroll down, and you'll see that it's actually a two-step process. It's really, really simple. What you got to do is just scroll down. You see that first icon? Where I've got my mouse right now, you're going to click that. And I'm going to do it for you. But what you're going to say is you're going to say save file. I won't because I actually already had it downloaded. But don't worry, I will walk you through the process. But while that is doing its thing, we can actually go ahead and do step 2. Step 2 is really simple. You just click on that icon. And you're going to have to sign in with, well, actually, no, not yet. Okay, so you click the very first option, the top option there. Now you sign in with your Square Enix account, your Japanese Square Enix account, And when you're done so, which I don't know what I pressed there, but once you're done that, it's basically going to activate the trial on your account. And it's really, really simple. So you just go through here. You're basically agreeing to their terms. So you say yes, 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 what have you. And that's pretty much it. Now, what you don't see here, which is what I'm going to show you in just a second, is how you actually go through the download process. So let's check that out. All right, we're back on my desktop again. I'm going to go where I downloaded the game client. And this is going to be a very, very quick video for you guys because there's not much I can actually show you here. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. So just give it a few seconds to boot up. And this is what you should see. And this is basically going to download all the necessary files. So don't click that. That basically is cancel. What you want is that one. It's basically next, next, next. Follow exactly what I'm doing here. This is just a user agreement and what have you. And you just go next. Now this, I changed the location because I want it on one of my drives. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to separate it down and put it in a drive I want. I created a DQ10 folder. So you go ahead and do that and click on next and next, 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 next. And eventually it's going to download. It's going to be very, very quick. It's going to download the necessary installer for the main game. This was just a very quick installer to get you to the client installer. And you're going to have a video showing the Dragon Quest X intro FMV video, but I won't show you guys that because Square Enix are cock knockers when it comes to copyright claims. So as soon as that happens, I'm just going to stop. But anyway, so what you do is, again, finish it and you're done. That's pretty much it for that section. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is actually install the game itself. So go ahead and double click on that icon that appeared on your desktop. Now it's up to you if you want to have that appear on your desktop or not. It takes a few seconds to load, which is why I'm getting impatient. All right, so this is just going to download essentially the main client and the opening FMV, like I already said, but I'm not going to show you guys that. So anyways, you get this nice little warning. And then you're going to get this. This is for your graphics settings. Now you notice mine's all question marks is because I do not have a Japanese language patch or a Japanese local installed on this operating system, but it's fairly self-explanatory. You can just select your resolution and the frames per second. Okay, after I hit OK, it would go into the regular FMV, which I've canceled, so you don't see that. Normally you'd get that, and then you'd get this, which is the main installer, and that's going to take a while to download. It's quite big. I think it's something like 20 gigs or so, and that's the actual game. So there's nothing for you to do at this point in time. Just sit back and, you know, just chill, and I will be back the minute that is finished downloading. But in the meantime, there's something else we need to do, so let's go take care of that. All right, everyone, we're back on our trusty desktop. Most likely by now, you guys have this. It should look like this, where you have a sign in, this red button, and a message telling you here something. Now, do not touch any of this. In fact, you can go ahead and close this if you want. What you're going to need to do first, let's go ahead and do that. Let's close that. So you've installed the game, everything is good to go, but don't touch anything with that. Just close that down. Open up your web browser again because you're going to need a VPN server connection. Okay, why? Because you need to hide your IP. If they know that you are from somewhere outside of Japan, you are going to get an error message basically saying, we're sorry, but you can't play this game. So a free one that works relatively well is Soft Ether VPN project. It's just softether.org, and you can just go to download here and downloads the Soft Ether VPN. Now I am not going to go and show you guys how to use individual VPNs because there's a multitude of different VPNs that you can acquire, that you can purchase, that you can, you know, whatever. Now if you're going to be playing this just on a trial basis, I would recommend going ahead and getting something like Soft Ether, only because while it's not the most reliable, and you most likely will drop your VPN connection. The reason why I like it is it's completely free, and if you're only going to be trying out Dragon Quest X, well then, you know, you got nothing to lose. You're not spending any money with this method whatsoever. So you can go ahead and download that. Now, if you do intend on potentially purchasing the game, then I would definitely recommend something like this, which is hidemyass.com. This one is a little more expensive. It's here. This is in US dollars. It's $11.52 for 1 month, $8.33 per month for 6 months, charged in one payment of $50, or $6.55 months, charged as $78.66 for 12 months. This is the biggest savings that you can have. And with this, it is a much more reliable VPN connection. You are not going to lose your connection, and it's actually fairly speedy. So I would definitely recommend something like that if you are planning on purchasing the game. So once you have your VPN connected, then we will go back and you will go ahead and click on Dragon Quest X wherever it is in your computer, and we will get to the next phase. Alright, with the VPN now on, and make sure your IP is being hidden or that they think you're from Japan, most important thing, this is essentially what your game installer should look like. Now, you'll notice that you've got this one, you don't have this top one that I do right here. You've got this sign-in information, this big red button, and some sort of a warning here. And the thing is, what this is telling you is essentially, you might not actually have this warning, because I may have done that the first time, I don't recall. But either way, essentially what this is the offline version of the game, which you do not have access to as a trial. So, in order to gain access to the game, you're going to click right here, click this button, wait a few seconds. Now, you don't need to press this. If you press this, it's going to ask you to sign into your Square Enix account and to enter in, I think it's 16-digit alphanumeric code in order to unlock the full game. And you don't need to do that. That's unnecessary because it's auto-registered your account. So all you got to do is put in your Square Enix ID that we just made, put in your password, and click this button. Once you do that, you will then access this. And this mode is essentially the trial. And this is it. So this is essentially what you should get after we've done the whole thing. It might ask you to sign in with your Square Enix ID. I'm not sure if it will or not. But once you're done that, you're going to have to play through the offline mode first before you gain access to the online mode. So I've already done this. You go ahead and you can start your character and whatever. And I'm not going to play, and I'm going to mute this so that I don't get in trouble. But there we go. You will now be online. Well, that's actually a lie. You're in the offline mode for right now, but you are playing Dragon Quest X. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to close this because I don't want to have any troubles. And basically, thank you very much for watching this. I hope you guys followed the steps and everything went perfect for you. If you do have any questions about how to gain access to the trial, by all means, let me know and I'll try and help you guys out. But it's really not that complicated. Now, the next step will be showing you how to actually play the full-fledged game and how to go about doing that. But for that, I'll do a separate video later on, basically saying step-by-step guide on how to play the full version of Dragon Quest X. But for right now, this is just your way of sampling Dragon Quest X from anywhere in the world. This works perfectly, as you just saw. I just demonstrated that I was playing the offline portion, at least for now, until I gain access to the online portion by sort of completing that tutorial, which I've already done videos on. So if you'd like to see more videos on Dragon Quest X or are interested in Dragon Quest as a whole, let me know and I'll be glad to do some more videos. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves.